Good morning, everyone. Today, I'm going to show you the web-based view of the RapL mobile app. As you know, the RapL mobile app can be accessed via two platforms, that is either the mobile itself, the mobile app, or via the web, where you can access via your desktop, your laptop, your tablet, or any other gadgets that you have. Now, today I'm going to specifically concentrate on the monitor view where the managers and the administrator have the access to it. We've known from my past pitch on how I have explained on the interface in terms of the learner's view, but today I'm going to concentrate on the manager's view or the administrator view to see the analytics that is available based on the quizzes and questions which is that has been attempted by the users. So this is once you logged in, the same ID for the user and name ID, but as a manager, you'll have any additional access to the monitor and manage. These are the additional tabs that will be on your screen if you are the manager that manages the platform. Now, what you need to do is just click on the monitor, and you can see this view. This is where the analytics, which is the same within your mobile app. However, it is slightly detailed here. If you can see via the mobile, it's just this portion, but via the web, it is slightly detailed where you can see the rest of the percentage here. So if you scroll here, you see quizzes. If you click on it, you can see all the quizzes which is available in the platform that you have uploaded, total 92 quizzes. And this is the groups, the number of groups that you have given the access to, and the number of users for each of the groups, and how many users have mastered. So you can see these 4% actually represent 51, these 4 users actually represent the 51% performance split here. So 12% is uncertain and 37% is still misinformed. So you can see the balance of the users is still very much not certain in answering the questions. So in terms of the completion percentage, only 8% has completed because only 4 users have completed the quizzes. Now you can also export them. If you just click here, it will bring you to the data will be exported to your Excel sheet. So what you need to do is concentrate on the performance or view on the performance by the users to see the comprehension level, the understanding level of the content that you have uploaded in RapL. So what you need to be mindful is to make sure that this green line is all the way until here, which means everybody have mastered the everybody has attempted to answer the questions and have mastered it. And if the completion also is 100%, that means everybody have completed the questions or the quizzes. Now, if you click on the test, this is the test on the quick FMB knowledge test. The group assigned is 0. There is 10 questions and the passing criteria is 8. There is no pass users because none of it is being assigned to anyone. So no one has attempted this question. So that's the reason why the pass percentage is still 0. Okay. And if you click on the poll, it says, did you enjoy RapL? So you can see the category is RapL, option to MCQ, the users 64 in total, and the number of users that attempted is 16. If you click export, this is when RapL will generate the report for you and download it in the Excel form. So you need to click open the file. And you can see from here the name of your users, your employees list, or your staff, their ID address and their phone number, and their choice, either yes or no. So this is when you can use these features to run your polls if you have any polls or surveys in the organization, where based on their response, the analytics will generate it for you, the reporting, and then you can just convert it into Excel and use it for further action that you need to do. Maybe hand it over to the management, report it over, or convert it into a pie chart for presentation or things like that. If you click on the survey, this is the surveys that has been uploaded. So it is employee check-in, category COVID-19. There are 62 users, and the number of users that has attempted is also 10. So if you click export, again, it will bring you to the Excel sheet. Click it open, and you can see the response. You can see their name, their email address, their phone number, the title of the surveys, and the questions and their choices. The users' choices, they agree or they do not agree, they slightly agree. So from here, you can pull all the data. Okay. Let's go back to the library. So in the library, you can see all the information that has been uploaded into your platform, the detail of the content, the type of it you have according to the file names. You have, these are the users that you have assigned to have the access for this specific content, which is in PDF. You also have in video in the type and the video type, or you also have a link, a URL link. This is the number of users that you have assigned. You can set it in the manage. So for example, in this file name, LBAC Mac use, you have assigned 42 users, Australia Square demo, 17 users, and so on. So here you can see how many have viewed this file. Though you have 42 users, only 3 has viewed it. Though you have 17, only 2 has viewed it. That means only 12% have viewed it, and only 7% have viewed it. Again, you can also export this information. This is the learning path. So sometimes there are certain content or certain module or training needs to be done on a level base, which means you might want your users or your staff, your agents, your employees to go through a certain level of content before going through the next one. So you assign, for example, for this one, you assign them to do these users. You can see blue bars, only 1 users. That means this particular users needs to go through this particular path first, this content first, before you can assign him or her to go to the next level. So this is how you see the performance of them answering the questions, going through the content and mastering it before they can go to the next levels and attempt to the next question. Because if not, you'll be very misinformed because they don't understand the first stage before going through the second stage. So this is how you manage their learning path to make sure they go through on a very systematic way, so that a more a better comprehension level or understanding level is achieved across the business unit or that particular department. And this is the assignments. There is one assignment that is Cocoa Black Performance Review. It is being assigned to one group. There is a total number of 13 users. However, none have submitted, so it is still 0. It says here is grading no. That means you don't have to do it. So as long as they have submitted, you can just export the report, print it, or file it in your folder. Okay, that is the summary that you can see from each of here. So if you click, it will bring you to the same view that I've brought to just now. So this is the activation, same as the one which is via the mobile app, where if you click, it will show you how many users have activated or not and their roles, and you can be in touch with them. Of course, via the web, you can't call them, but if it is via the phone, the mobile app, you can just click on the buttons and you can just call them immediately and ask them their challenges, or maybe they are overwhelmed with the work so much so they don't have time to attend to the trainings. Okay, this is the completion. So from here you can see what are the questions that has been given to each of the groups, how many users is assigned to each of the group, and how many users have mastered. For example, if you see the first one, 2020 federal budget, 6 groups has been assigned. You have assigned 6 groups to this particular content. Altogether, there is 49 users. However, only 4 users have mastered, which means the completion percentage is only 8%, which tied up with the one that I showed you earlier. So the average performance is 51% of them have mastered, 12 is uncertain, and 37 is still misinformed or not sure. So you can really see from here whether the performance or the completion of the content is in total or not yet. Okay. And if you click on it, these are the questions which is available in this particular content. In 2020 federal budget, you have 10 questions. Remember, it is only in bite size, so you do not want to bulk your users or learners to have too many questions to answer or they lose interest. It's supposed to be very engaging. So you can see from here, you have 8% mastered users. That means only that particular number that you saw earlier just now, only 8%. So the rest have not mastered it yet. The performance split of these users that have attempted to answer the questions, for this particular question is 60% is certain, 20% is doubtful, and 20% is misinformed. If you scroll down, you can see from the analytics given, the highest certain questions is this one. The federal budget proposed amendment to exempt car parking fringe benefits for medium-sized businesses, turnover between 10 million to 50 million includes, which means these particular questions, almost everyone is certain in answering it. And that is the reason why it is 7 to 1. So everybody somehow or rather knew about this question and the answers as well. And so is this one at 73%. So the rest, which is slightly lower, that means they are still not sure. You can keep on tracking until it has increased. You can gauge them, give them a time lead, for example, 2 weeks or 1 month, and then monitor it again on a weekly basis to see whether there's any improvement here. If there's none, maybe you should do another separate content, which is in detail, more focused into this particular question. And again, construct another 10 more questions to make sure they really understand before going through to this. So this is also one of the learning path. And the highest misinformed, if you scroll down, you see here 52% is at the last question. Which of the following statements are true about the implications of the budget's new temporary measure to allow businesses to claim an immediate deduction for the full value of eligible capital assets? Which means they are very misinformed, as in they answer the questions wrongly most of the time. So again, these are the questions that needs further concentration on, or maybe for you to create a different content for it and put another 10 more questions on to make sure the comprehension is 100%, or to make sure the users have mastered these questions across the board or across the business unit. So this is the gap analysis from the questions. According to the user performance, if you click it here, you can see the name of the users that have attempted and their performance level. If you can see from here, none of these users have attempted to answer the questions. So it is still very much 0. And these are the active users. And if you can see, James is at 83%. That means he have answered the questions mostly on a certain level, which means he is confidence in that nature and rather mastered the question as well. And he is in the general group. He is also in the rest of the business unit. If you click here, you can see the detail of the unit. And the one that needs concentration is Chandra Khan, because most of his question is wrong. So, excuse me. So he is actually misinformed. Maybe you should do a separate content for him and analyze on the performance that he has done based on the questions, and maybe do a separate content for him for him to go through another 10 more questions to gauge his understanding. Okay, so you can see from here whether they have mastered the questions or not. So for Ayush, 10 over 10, Chandra Khan, 0 over 10. That means he have answered the questions all together. Brian has attempted only one question. Only he has only mastered only one question. Manoj, 10 over 10. Simon, 0. So this is all the analytics that you can see from here, and when did they master it. So you can see the frequency of them going through the content and the quizzes before answering them. So you can see how active they are. And in terms of ranking, you can see from here, James ranked at number 1 and Brian ranked at number 5. So this is how you see the analytics that is given via the web. It is slightly more detailed as compared to RapL and very useful indeed. And you can also again export to the Excel and see it from there on their performance. You can use it for their KPIs, for their performance management system, for anything that you want to, maybe for the trainings needs, or maybe a change of department because the strength is more into one particular product or subject matter rather than the other. So there's so many things that you can do from this reporting in terms of gauging the strength and weakness of your users or employees. This is the leaderboard where you can see the number of winners, group counts, etc. So this is the name of the groups that you have assigned to. So basically these are the analytics that you can go through. This is the test I've showed you just now. This is the polls, the surveys, the libraries are all of the information within. The learning path where you can track whether they should go from level 1 to level 2 based on their mastered level on the first content, and you can bring them to the second one and to the third one. That is how you measure their learning path. And this is the assignment. Most importantly, it is very efficient in the sense of you can blast everything via the RapL and they can access to it. You can also mark it through RapL. So it is extremely convenient. You can view and you can store the information via the cloud. It is easy to manage, easy to track, and easy to review. So that's about it for today. I will talk more about how to manage in the next session. So for now, this is the analytics that should be helpful for you enough to go through and have a glance on how useful is the analytics provided by RapL. It is very cost efficient. It is also time efficient. You can save your time from transferring one data to the other. Everything is done based on the real-time respond by your user. You can get it at one click. Everything will be provided. Everything can be computed into an Excel. You don't have to again transfer it all over again. So I hope this is very helpful for you for now. And do be in touch with me if you need to know more. We can do a short demo for you or a trial. And you have my number and my email address. So please stay tuned for more pitching from my end. Thank you for listening. Take care. Goodbye.